thought Dolly Parton was supposed to mentor the contestants this week and sing on the elimination show. What happened to the mentoring, The Voice? What happened? Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc.com, coming to you with your no frills, The Voice commentary from a singer. There are umbrellas in the sky. There are big, terrible umbrellas. I can't even get it out. And the pressure is on. Tomorrow night, 5 will be eliminated. 3 will sing for the instant save. 4 will advance to the finale. And Ellie Goulding is performing tonight. So we started out with TeamBlake. Barrett Baby did Ghost by Ella Henderson. And Blake wanted to take a pop song and countrify it. And Barrett was talking about swamping it up in the rehearsals. Blake asked for a southern gospel piano and gave Barrett a pep talk. On stage, this started out pretty low in his voice, but came out pretty clear and the diction was good. He sounded a lot better when he hit his chest voice and the song started grooving. He was really sailing on the chorus and intensely into the vibe with a little bounce and rock going on. The backup choir added a nice dimension and they were kept low in the mix so they didn't drown him out. The acapella section really reminded me kind of like the Nick Jonas Jealous performance with the gospel choir. This was a pretty good performance to start the night. Pharrell kept saying wow and said he shared his emotions in the purest way possible. Gwen, looking like Pocahontas, said she saw him enjoying it and sharing his talent and called it powerful. Adam called him one of the strongest singers and said it was a cool, interesting, and unpredictable choice. TeamAdam was up next with Shelby Brown doing Even God Must Get the Blues by Jody Messina, and during rehearsal Adam stopped her because she came in late and she said she's so fed up with never being on time. She started crying again and Adam told her to do the song facing away from the audience as an exercise. So in performance, Shelby has such a wonderful tone. It's really music to my ears when she starts to sing. She also is a good storyteller and has great emotional connection to the lyrics here, and those power notes just flowed out of her. She seemed to make it through tonight right on time. Blake said she sounded amazing and said she was perfectly in time and perfectly in tune. Pharrell wondered what there was to be nervous about because she connected to the moment so well. Gwen said she sang understated tonight and it was her favorite performance from her. TeamGwen had Jeffery Austin do Believe by Cher. He picked the song himself, and Gwen was shocked by his arrangement in rehearsal and called it trippy, but said she would want that version. And she also advised him to try and get real with his facial expressions. So he started in a doorway with just white light behind him. Really nice effect, like he was coming down from heaven to impart some wisdom or something. His voice sounded as grounded and lush as ever, and I really liked the intonations he used throughout the song. He had little changes and playing with the vowels to fit like a slow song as opposed to a driving fast one. He really dug deep in the bridge and really had the crowd amped and then brought it way down. Really nice use of dynamics emotionally and vocally. I thought his voice was just too good for this song. Blake said he just proved he absolutely deserved to be in the finale. And if you think I absolutely deserve to be in the finale, please make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know that you're enjoying it. We've only got 2 to go, so let me know that you care. Share this commentary. I thank you guys so much for your thumbs and for tuning in. Eva Longoria showed up and sang on the show, or she talked while her fellow castmate from TeleNovella sang to her. It was a bit, it was pretty good. Then Ellie Goulding sang her new single On My Mind, and I don't ever remember hearing a song of hers with so much pace and rhythm. It had me bopping along with her, and I started laughing when she started bopping, bebopping on the chorus. I was like, go girl! I would love to hear like a tech EDM remix of this song, and I could seriously see myself rocking to this on the dance floor. TeamGwen was up next with Braiden Sunshine doing Amazing Grace, and Gwen advised him to connect it to something emotional and to map it out better, but also not to add so much melisma throughout the song. He was in a suit and tie for this and started out pretty simple. Such a sweet choir boy sound. He had some really nice moments, especially when he went outside the melody for the big notes, and I was riveted despite the feel of desperation in the performance choice and the choice of the song. Blake and Gwen stood for him. Adam talked about his journey on the show and said he proved he can do anything. Pharrell told him he was giving so much hope to kids younger than him and being an inspiration. Next, TeamBlake had Seabaugh do The Climb by Miley Cyrus. Again, he chose this song. He said this is his theme song, but was challenged by the key of the song as he was singing in rehearsal. Blake warned him that he was way behind the beat. Then Blake wondered if he's going to George Strait it or Rascal Flatts it. easy. So he came out with his guitar, so I guess he was George Straiting it, right? The beginning of the song really complimented his lower range, and he had a full twang to countrify the song. He also seemed very well tapped into the emotion. I found myself wanting to sing along with him on this, and surprisingly it was a well done vocal performance from Zach. Better than I think I've ever heard him, and I even got some little mini chills going on. I was like, what's going on? Is this really that good? I mean, it really touched a spark somewhere. Gwen said it was one of her favorite songs ever and predicted him going through. Adam talked about how everyone was so poised and talented and said he's proud of Zach. TeamPharrell was up next with Madi Davis doing Big Girls Don't Cry by the Four Seasons. She said she plays this song every show because it makes her happy, and she didn't get a lot of criticism, just praise during rehearsal. Pharrell only talked about adding some backgrounds or three-part harmony and asked her some well-placed questions. She was back to playing the guitar for this with a setting outside a restaurant or bar. I love the feel of this and thought maybe she was going head-to-head with Amy with the feel of the song, you know, very old school, very standard E. After a while, she dropped the guitar, pulled off the mic and wandered the stage a little bit. Loved her tone, her intonation, her phrasing, her approach. Everything she did in this was perfect and so effortless. She even got off a showy big note that riffed down into a solid mid-tone. Masterful performance. Blake and Pharrell stood for her. Adam said it was the most different thing he's heard on the show. Blake said he felt like he was watching a Disney movie and said it was too perfect to be live. Then Blake Shelton performed. He did his new single Ghana, and I was smiling before I even saw Blake. You know, it was a great vibe and the music going on and the wooden set. Was Judith Hill singing back up? It looked like her. I don't think it was her, but it looked like her. I can see and hear why people like Blake's music so much. Just a feel-good vibe with some good music. I can imagine playing like while riding in the car, wind blowing in the hair, all that down the highway and stuff. I'm more relaxed right now after hearing his song tonight. Then TeamBlake had Emily Ann Roberts do 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton, and Blake told her there's so much going on lyrically and advised her to work on her breathing placement. This was a good performance to start out, and her vocals were crisp and her diction was great. I like how the timbre of her voice really allowed her to cut through all that was going on stage, all the instruments in the background and all this stuff. Great mixing from the production staff. This was handled well by Emily, though I didn't feel like there was a moment where she really had to take charge of like the runaway train. She was just kind of like on it for the ride, but she did really great. Blake and Pharrell stood for her. Gwen told Emily she didn't understand how she could sing such a difficult song so perfect, and she wanted to see her more quirky and crazy side. Next we had TeamAdam with Amy Vachal doing To Make You Feel My Love by Bob Dylan, and she picked up the guitar for rehearsals. Adam told her she needs to show the singer-songwriter part of herself tonight and told Amy she needs to open it up towards the end, give us some more highs and lows. He also referenced Norah Jones about the arrangement. She started this out on an emotional note, very connected, very tender, and this was a good choice for her voice and style. I really felt like she felt that too, like she was really into it, and it just came out beautifully and very touching. Pharrell said her voice seems like it's made of what beautiful clouds are made of, and said her voice ignites clarity and good. And in the pimp spot tonight, TeamAdam with Jordan Smith doing Somebody to Love by Queen. Alrighty then. I think we all knew or hoped that Jordan would be doing some Freddie Mercury before the end of the season, and here you have it. Adam wanted to add a real gospel choir and said he really wanted him to have some fun. He also advised him to go a little Aguilera on one part of the song. So he started this out with the full gospel choir on stage. They were like, he did a little hum, they did the okay, and then all of that when he came through the crowd and got front and center, and bam. This is probably the most dramatic I've ever seen him, and the most he has ever worked the stage. There were a lot of people up there, and I love the blazer with the sparkly collar, and of course he was sounding great. The ending was amazing, and he really showed out tonight and ended on his knees. Gave us finally like a real showman, a real show. I really enjoyed that. All the coaches stood for him. Adam ran up to him to give him a hug as the audience went wild, and then he like dropped the mic and walked off. I'm like, oh come on Adam. But if there was ever a time to drop the mic, this was the time. Tonight, so that is it for tonight. What did you think of the performances? Who were your favorites? Who do you think are going to be the top 4 on to the finale? I can't imagine who's going to be singing for the life. Everybody up their game tonight. Most of them were so good. I can't think of anybody I'd just be like, okay, they need to go home at this very moment because everybody up their game. This is going to be hard. Tomorrow night, 5 are going home. There will be 3 announced safe, 3 announced eliminated, and 3 singing for the save. umbrellas in the sky. Alright, this is Robert Anton, robertanton.com. Thanks for sticking around. Let me know down in the comments if you did. I am out. Peace.